Hello, Mitchell Snyder here with the sports fan video assignment for class. And I'll start off. I think my definition of a sports fan is a person who has a genuine interest or genuinely follows uh, in some capacity, no matter how much, a anything related to sports, whether that's like genuinely just a league or a sport in general or a team or a certain athlete. I think that's a general interpretation, my interpretation of a sports fan. Um, Sport fan cultures in the United States, um, they're different, kind of in the southeast part. It's mostly college football fans or just the sport of football in general. More towards the Midwest, predominantly basketball. In the and in the North, more like hockey. And then overall, it's just you can have sports fans of anything everywhere. Um, what makes a good fan base are respectful. I think overall, just respectful, non-violent people. I use this example in a paper, I believe, but Colts fans online recently took after Andrew Luck's thing, where Andrew Luck is well known to be respectful towards his opponents. Whenever a defensive lineman or a linebacker hit Andrew Luck, he would congratulate them on their good hit and just overall be a good sportsman. So what Colts fans started doing on Reddit was whenever an opposing team fan would come in and trash talk the Colts, Colts fans would respond by saying, good talk, and like, I hope you guys do well. Good luck. Like that kind of stuff. I think that's a good fan base. Somebody who's not toxic to another team or team's fans, and also not toxic towards their team or their fans. What makes a bad team or what makes a bad fan base are people who are dangerous, who are violent, who are very toxic to either their players and team or other players or team fans. I think a good example of a bad fan base would be I believe it was maybe around 10 years ago. I'm kind of not sure about when it was, but the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers have a well known rivalry in the MLB, and their fans got into a huge brawl after the game, I believe in LA. So some Giants fans went to the Dodger Stadium for a game between the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. And after the game, they got into a huge fight that left one fan in critical condition in the hospital. One Giants fan, I believe. I think that's pretty much the ultimate result or the ultimate thing that makes a bad fan base or a bad fan is anybody who is takes it that serious where it gets toxic. Whether it's you can have trash talk is fine, but when it gets like aggressive, when it gets assertive, when it gets dangerous and toxic, that makes a bad fan to me. So when it goes for what is the line for fans, what types of behaviors will be considered crossing the line, I think when it turns like I wouldn't say trash talk is bad. Sometimes it's fun. It can be lighthearted. But when it gets violent, I think when people start threatening each other with words or when they actually take actions and start hitting each other and fighting, I think that's the line right there is when it gets mean spirited. I think that's the line for fans. And then the hooliganism for wild fan behavior in England and wild fan behavior in the United States. I think they're pretty similar. It's when it gets violent. There's videos of both American fans and English fans and fans all over the world in general that turned violent when a after a game, whether they're upset because their team lost or they're super happy and very intoxicated after their team won. In general, when they start, when they start fighting each other or when there's destruction of property, I think that's we see that a lot all over the world. But that's something that states or fans of United States sports and fans of English sports like soccer, or how they would say football. I think that's when it gets that. I think you can compare that. That's where we're pretty similar. So yeah.